Now let's continue the revision here. If I ask you now to find f double prime of y, where f of x equal sine x minus 2 cosine x. Here I have to find f double prime of y. So I have to find f prime of x, then I have to find the second derivation of x, f double prime, then I have to replace x with y. So now,
Teacher,
yes,
shall we write or you will send the worksheet?
I will send it.
Okay.
So f prime of x, it will be, what is the derivative of sine?
Negative cosine.
Cosine. No, the derivative of sine is cosine. Cosine x minus 2, and the derivative of cosine is negative sine.
Negative sign.
So f prime of x is cosine x plus 2 sine x. This is now an f prime of x. Now let's find f double prime of x. What is the derivative of cosine? Now I will have to find the derivation of this one. So f double prime of x, it will be, what is the derivation of cosine?
Negative sine.
Negative sine of x, yeah, plus 2, and the derivation of sine?
Cosine.
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 This is now f double prime of x. Now I need to find f double prime of y. That means I have to substitute or replace y with x. So f double prime of y, it will be negative sine y plus 2 cosine y. Now all of us know that by sine of y 0, cosine y is negative 1, and tan y is 0. So negative sine, which is negative 0, plus 2 times cosine y. Now cosine y is negative 1 or 1. How can I remember sine y? It's negative 1, is it right?
What, teacher?
Cosine y, is it negative 1? Is it right? Because I want to be. Is it negative 1? Yeah, it's negative 1. So times 2 times negative 1. So the final answer will be negative 2.
Teacher?
Yes.
Cosine by, when I wrote it in the calculator, it gives me
No,
0.
not by. By this radian. Put it as cosine 180. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Here you
Yes.
have to find f double prime of y. So that's mean you have to find f prime, f double prime, then replace x with y. Now, find dy over dx by an implicit differentiation. xy plus y squared equal to. What do we have to do here? We have to find the derivative by an implicit differentiation. Why an implicit? Because here we have xy at the same side. We have xy at the same time. So what we have to do here? We said, look at the first one here. Here we have an x times y. So that's mean I have, this is an multiplied with the product of x times I, so I have to use the product rule. The first one times the derivative of the second one. But since it is written with y, I have to write it with dy over dx plus the second one times the derivative of the first one. Then,
Teacher, again, from where the one? The one.
okay. هلا wait please, let's read it here. X times y. We have they are multiplied. So the product of the first one, the first one times the derivative of the second one. Where's the second one? It is y. The product, the derivative
dy
of
over
y,
dx.
it will be dy over dx, exactly. Plus the second one, which is y, times the derivative of the first one. What is the derivative of x?
1.
1.
Okay.
That's it. Plus, now y squared, that's mean I have to define its derivation. We say it is 2y, it's like chain rule, 2y to the power 1 times the derivative of y, which is dy over dx, equals, what is the derivation of 2? It is 0. Then, so I have now on x dy over dx plus 2y prime, 2y to the power 1, write it as 2y only, 2y times dy over dx equal negative y. Then let's take dy over dx as a common factor here. I get x plus 2y equal negative y. I want only dy over dx, so I have to divide by the both sides, so I will get negative y over x plus 2y. Look at it here. Is it clear? Is there something I want you to you want me to repeat it? Something you didn't understand it? Look at it here.
So teacher, x, then the derivative of y, then y, and the derivative of x, plus اللي هي 2y to the power of 1, then dy over dx.
Yes, here in this one, you have to remember the chain rule. Like if you have 2 times this function, as an example, 2x squared minus 1 to the power 2. What did we say? We put 2 times the power 2 times the something that is we define the derivation of the outside,
Yeah.
the power 1 times the derivation of the inside, which is 4x. Here we have to do the same. We found the derivation of the outside, which is 2y, times the derivation of inside. Since here we have y, we have to put its derivation, which is dy over dx. But if you have not 2y squared, if you have it as 2x squared, okay, its derivative, if it will be 4 times x, and then if you want, here we have to make the same formula, 4x times the derivative of x, because we find the derivation of outside times the derivation of inside. What is the derivation of x? It is 1. That's why we wrote it as 4x. But if we have it as y squared, now you have to know it is 4y times the derivative of y. But only x, you write it as 1. But any another letter, you must write its derivative. dw, dy, dz, dA, dB, and so on. So it will be 2y dy over dx. Then I need to put replace dy over dx. How? The first step, I will remove the y and I move it to the other side. It will be written as negative y. Then I have only this one and this one. We wrote them here in one side. Then I need only dy over dx. How can I isolate it? I will take it as a common factor. If you take it as a common factor, you have x and 2y. I need dy over dx only, so I divide by x plus 2y. I divide by sorry. I divide by also here x plus 2y. So I will get now a negative y over x plus 2y. I will now do another example. Maybe you will understand it more. Okay. Now, if you have now number 2 here, we have 4x y cubic plus x cubic y minus y equal 9. Look at the first one here. We have a x times y cubic. They are multiplied. So I have to use the product rule. The first one, which is 4x, times the derivative of the second one. Here we have y cubic, so its derivative is
y to the power of
2 times what?
y to the power of 3.
No, dy over dx.
Oh, okay.
Because we find the derivation of y, we must write dy over dx. Plus y cubic, the second one, times the derivation of 4x, which is 4. Now, the second one, here we have the same, x cubic y. The first one, x cubic, times the derivation of y,
dy over
dx. Bravo. Plus the second one, which is y, times the derivation of the first one. What is the derivation of x cubic?
3x squared.
3x squared. Minus y. What is the derivation of y?
dy over dx.
dy over dx equals 9. What is the derivation of 9? The 0. Yeah. Now here we have to replace, to isolate dy over dx on side and the other constant with the other side. Now let's first put where we have dy over dx. We have it here, we have it here, and we have it here. So let's put them as 4x, or let's start as 12x. Y squared dy over dx plus x cubic dy over dx minus dy over dx, and the other constant I will move them to the other side, which is this one and this one. It will be negative 4y cubic minus 3x squared y. By now, is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Then I need only dy over dx, so I get it as a common factor. When I get it as a common factor, I will have this one and this one minus 1. So I have a 12x y squared plus x cubic minus 1 equals negative 4y cubic minus 3x squared y. Then I will divide by 12x y squared plus x cubic minus 1, and here 12x y squared plus x cubic minus 1. After that, I found dy over dx. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Now another example here. If you have x plus xy minus 2x cubic equal to, I have to find the dy over dx by an implicit differentiation. Here we have x. That's easy. Its derivation is 1 plus. We have an x times y. So I will put the first one times the derivation or the derivative of the second one
dy over dx.
plus the second one times the derivation of the first one minus 2. Here we have x cubic. So 2 times 3x squared equals 0. So 1 plus x dy. Or here, before rewriting it, let's now isolate dy over dx on side. So we have this one here only. We have x dy over dx equals. Let's now move the other constant to the other side. So I have 2, or you can say 6x squared minus y minus 1. I have now x times dy over dx. I need only dy over dx by x by x. So I get dy over dx, which is 6x squared minus y minus 1 over x.
Okay, teacher.
Teacher,
Yes?
can you repeat again from where we get y times 1?
Here we have an x times y. Look at this one here. If you have x times y, what is the derivative of it? Here, do you have to use the product rule?
No.
Why no? Which we have x multiplied by y. They are multiplied, so I have to use the product rule. The product rule says that this is g and this is h. So if g is x, g prime is 1. And if h is y, h prime is dy over dx. Because we have to find the derivation in terms of x. So we have a g h prime plus h g prime. G, which is x, times h prime. Where's h prime? It is dy over dx. Plus h, which is y, times g prime. Where's g prime? It is 1. So I get it as x times dy plus y times 1, which is here. Did you understand it now?
Yes, miss. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, the last example here. We have 2x squared minus 3y squared equals 4. Two times. What is the derivation of x squared?
2x.
2x minus 3. What is the derivation of y squared?
2y.
2y times what?
dy over dx.
dx, exactly, dy over dx. Equals, what is the derivation of a constant for?
0.
0. So you have now 4x minus 6y dy over dx equals 0. So I have now to isolate a dy over dx on the side and the others on the other side. So we have 4x here and we have 6y times dy over dx. Then I want dy over dx only. Divide by 6y, divide by 6y. So dy over dx, it will be 4x over 6y, or 2x over 3y. So dy over dx, it will be 2x over 3y. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, these are my revision sheets. I'm a grade 12. I think you have it with you because this is from the last year. The others, do you have any question, or do you have something I want to repeat it? The implicit rule, is it okay with you? The chain rule, the derivation of the trigonometric function. Yes, grade 11. Is it clear? All of these
Yes,
lessons.
teacher, everything. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.